Hi, English students. This is a basic tutorial on the 6 basic parts of argumentation. I want you to go ahead and annotate your page there for these 6 parts and write definitions for each one of them. Before we do that, I want to go over what argumentation is like. Most of us are familiar with the game of football. So before we even talk about the parts of argumentation, I just want you to talk with your group. How do you win a football game? What are the parts that are really important to win a football game? Okay, I hope that you talked about some things in your group that are important to win a football game. There are several, but basically you've got to do 2 things to win a football game. The first thing you have to do is you have to score. Duh. And the other half is you have to keep the other team from scoring. It's pretty simple, right? You've got to go into the opposition zone and you've got to score a touchdown. Of course, they're going to come back and try to score a touchdown the other way. The important part here I want you to think of is this, is that to win a football game, you have to have an offense and you also have, of course, to have a defense. And that's where a lot of arguers in argumentation fall short. They have a great offense. They work on a really great running back or a really great play or two. And here's my claim. Here's what I believe. And they think that that's going to win the ball game. Well, you might score a touchdown. You might get your point across. But the other side's going to come right back and score a touchdown. So what you have to do is, in good argumentation, is you have to really refute your opponent. You've got to set up a really good defense and, of course, have a good offense as well. So that's it basically. And the way to do that, well, you've got to review, if you know anything about football, you've got to review a lot of tape. And you'll see our football team doing this, and you'll see a lot of other football teams doing this. They review tape, and they look closely, and they figure out ways to strategically put together those plays. Those plays don't just happen on a field. If there are any football players listening to this right now, they know that. Every play is strategic. It's put together on purpose. And that's exactly what we're going to do when we put together our argument, is we're going to put things together on purpose. And there's 6 basic parts that'll help you win an argument. And here they are. The first one is you have to have a very specific claim. What is the big idea that's being argued? If this isn't clear and you haven't laid this out, then you're never going to win at all, because we're not really clear about what we're arguing about. So look at your paper right now. I want you to identify, what is the claim? What is it that's being argued? The next thing that you need to have to win an argument is you need to have some reasons. And these could be laid out as main ideas, but they're typically main ideas that are oftentimes, if they're written out, it's oftentimes the beginning of paragraphs. But if you're hearing someone giving an argument in a speech, these reasons may be stated clearly. They're not what we consider evidence next. They're just the main ideas. So how is this main claim being supported? What's a big idea that supports that other idea? Try to find one of these reasons in the paper that's on your desk. Okay, the next thing that really good arguers do is this. They provide evidence. This is what separates just basic people that are trying to persuade from those that are really arguing and putting things together on purpose, is good evidence. What facts exist to support a reason? When we say facts, we're talking about data, statistics, numbers, percentages, things that have happened that are observable in real life. These are the types of things we're talking about when we're talking about evidence. Where is there evidence on the paper that's in front of you? Okay, the next step that's often forgotten about, a lot of people just give the evidence, but they don't explain it. A warrant explains how the evidence supports the claim. This is really important, because if you just say 100% or 92% or 50%, your audience, that might not mean a lot. You have to explain how that supports your actual claim. So find the warrant on your paper. The next part that goes even more depth is that you have backing for your warrant. So this would be like another sentence or even more support that you would add to the warrant, where you explain your reasoning for the reasoning. This ensures that you will score, okay, that you're going to explain that point in depth. You've got to really explain it to your audience. Where is there some more explanation for that warrant? Go ahead, look for it on your paper. Okay, this is the last step, and this may be the most important thing. And this is what I consider the defense of your paper or your argument. This is the rebuttal of the counterargument. You've got to consider your argument from the opposition standpoint. You've got to anticipate what they're going to do to try to score on you. You've got to take those things down, okay? So you've got to refute those anticipated counterarguments. If you don't play defense, you will never win a football game. And if you don't refute anticipated counterarguments, you'll never really truly win an argument. You'll get your point across, you'll score, but you're not going to win the football game. So I want you to find that anticipated counterargument on there, and go ahead and write this down. Where do you see a counterargument being addressed? Okay, that concludes the short tutorial. Okay, I want you to go ahead and refine your writing a little bit. I want you to go ahead and revise your original argument for these 6 elements: the claim, the reason, the evidence, the warrant, backing, and a rebuttal of the counterargument. Can you come up with these 6 things in a paragraph?